Hey guys, Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. So we've got some Terra Classic news to go through, and the news is regarding the tax-to-gas situation, and it's a bi-weekly report from Genuine Labs. So let's go through the bi-weekly report and then we'll talk about it afterwards. We'll discuss a few things. We'll go over the ins, we'll go over the outs. So another 2 weeks have passed and we're excited to share all of the details about the tax-to-gas process outlined in our previous paper job proposal. We are pleased to announce that the tax-to-gas logic and testing in ETE has been completed. We're deeply grateful for the community's ongoing support and appreciate your patience and interest in our ongoing work. So let's dive deeper into what we have done. So for the tax-to-gas logic, there's still a few problems we've encountered in the previous weeks. Make the user that executes contracts to pay for multiple forward flow. Calculate the exact amount of gas that has been consumed in the form of gas. So 1, make the user that executes contracts to pay for multiple forward flow. So this is an example of how this will work. User A does an execute contract action that will send 10,000 Luna to 10,000 U Luna to contract B. Contract B will execute or do bank send with the amount it received to account C. The original flow in the Terra Classic V3 will make the user A to pay 200 U Luna as a burn tax and make contract B to pay for the amount it transfers. Therefore, contract B itself will deduct amounts it receives to 9,800 U Luna in order to make the transfer success, and the receiver C can only receive 9,800 U Luna. So in tax-to-gas context, we don't want to make this happen. Receiver C should receive 10,000 U Luna and user A must be the one to pay for all the taxes, which includes 200 U Luna when execute contract B and 200 U Luna when contract B forward to another address. Calculate the exact amount of gas that has been consumed in the form of gas. As we convert the tax to gas and the gas amount can only be deducted on post handler, there is a problem that came up and we need to know what is the exact amount of tax to handle the burn tax split logic, which will send 80% to the burn, 10% to the community pool and 10% to rewards. If we send all of the gas consumed in run transaction to burn tax split, the validator rewards will be very low because most of the fees will be burned. Therefore, no one will want to run a validator when the operational cost is higher than its rewards. So our solution, recognizing those problems, we have customized the Cosmos SDK for a special gas meter. A tax gas meter will only consume gas when there is a special transaction that costs taxes. Therefore, it will solve both cases above. When a contract dispatch a message, we will check if a transaction is in the list or not. If a tax cost message will consume the corresponding tax gas for it on the post handler, users will be the one who pay for all of the taxes. So as the tax gas is separated to normal gas, we can compute the amount of taxes and handle a burn tax split only for those taxes. So bypass IBC transactions. Inspired from global fee module, we add a few message types of IBC that is allowed to not pay fees. Message update client, message receive packet, message acknowledgement, message timeout, and message timeout on close. So the max bypass gas parameter is 1.30.30 gas, which means above transaction types will not be charged fees if gas limit is smaller than that number stated there. So with this addition, IBC relayers can relay without fees if all the transactions are small and enhance the IBC relaying for the chain. So E2E test scenario, in order to ensure everything is on the right track, we listed all of the test cases and scenarios that we believe that it might cover most circumstances. So next steps, this is the final report for our paid per job work on tax-to-gas. In the coming time, we plan to conduct thorough testing on the testnet and create a proposal for chain upgrade and spend proposal. So let's talk about it. Let's go through it. Let's break it down and try simplify this as best as we can without making it confusing. Okay, so let's highlight this section here. And what they're speaking about is the way that transactions are currently handled on chain. And what they're speaking about in this section is how transactions will be handled once TAX2GAS goes live. So to simplify these both and give you an example, what they're speaking about is allowing users to pay for all of the taxes of a contract call instead of half and half with the contract owner. So to give you an example, if you are now going to be using the Autocompound module, if this upgrade did go live in this state, you would be paying for all of the fees, which is problematic on your side because of the way that it auto compounds such small amounts. So it wouldn't be feasible for you paying those fees, and we cover those as project creators. So with such a major upgrade, this is a pretty substantial centralized decision that's been made behind the scenes. And my current perspective on this is this should have been done in a very decentralized manner. It should have been discussed and it should have been openly communicated. Now, there is another discrepancy inside this and on GitHub currently. And I think the underlying issue is the fact that this upgrade will allow anyone to use any tokens for gas on chain, meaning that you could use KRTC and other valueless tokens, which is once again problematic. My personal opinion is we should have one gas token on chain, and that should probably be Luna Classic. But as a collective, the agreed native assets used for gas are LUNC and USTC. And that's what decentralized decisions are all about, not the few, but instead the many. So when it comes down to the poor communication, which up until recently was what I had just determined Genuine Labs had a problem with, was just poor communication. But the fact that they've onboarded someone to handle their communication into a decentralized ecosystem has shown that they're just picking and choosing who they wish to communicate with and what benefits them moving forward. Now, when it comes down to these two discrepancies that we have discussed in this could have been avoided if communication was better, if they were communicating with everybody, because this could have been flagged beforehand. So the reason why I was saying about the backpedaling and why I'm thinking there could be a little bit of backpedaling here is because of the fact that I myself, and I know a few other validators, wouldn't support an upgrade like this unless the community has agreed through governance in a decentralized manner that these two significant changes that are buried inside this TAX2GAS upgrade are okay and they're happy for that to go through. But until that point and until that happens, we cannot support something like this. But let me know what you think. Are you happy to be paying all of the fees? Are you happy for that to change and it to be more put on you, the user, or do you want it to stay as the original format? Do you wish for KRTC and other valueless tokens to be used and utilized as gas on chain? Or do you wish to remain with the normal system that we've always used and utilized, just being LUNC and USTC? Or even more, for a little bit of extra discussion, would you like to just see LUNC used as gas fees moving forward? So this is definitely all stuff that's going to be discussed. A lot of other people are going to be discussing it. I can imagine there's going to be a lot of politics surrounding all of this. My personal view and kind of final thoughts on this situation is I just wish the communication was better, because everything else is really good, but you've got these areas where they're not doing so great in, and it's starting to show more and more and more, and other people are starting to pick up on it to the point of where there's articles actually being written about it. So let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know how your weekends went. Aside that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.